Yeah, yeah.
How's it, guys? Yeah, so welcome back to another live trading session. Today I'll go over all my setup that I'm looking at today, and then also I want to go over a strategy that has been working for me, and I feel like it's not low risk, but it's more low risk because of how you actually manage your risk to reward and your stop loss and take profit. So I will be going over that in just a second. I first just want to go over what's happening with Bitcoin and everything else in the market, because obviously we are seeing a bit of a retracement from the local highs. And yeah, so let's get into it. So at the moment, Bitcoin tried to take out that 30,200 support, actually got up to around about 30,400, and we got rejected straight away. So we are still trading in this range here below 31k. So essentially what I'll be looking at is um, more downside back down to around about 29,800 within the next couple of days, or depending on the weekend. But what we need to take a look at here is where is our support and where is our resistance on the lower time frames. Okay, so good morning. Yeah, sure, I'll go over Filecoin in just a second. Just let me go over Bitcoin, and then we'll take it over to Filecoin and some of the other coins. So first of all, let's just have a look here and see where our support is. So our support here for the current day is 30,700, okay? So this was the level that we did speak about yesterday. And you can see how it is acting as a crucial level for a support. So if price manages to break this level, well then where is our next zone? 30,400, okay? So this is basically our new range. So price will be trading in this range if we break below this level. So I will be looking at a short below here. I will be taking a short below here, probably stop loss at around about 30,900, and then take profit at 30,400. So risk reward of 1 is to 1.8, which is not too bad. So that's something I'm looking at for Bitcoin. We need to see a candle closure below here. So we need to actually see a 1 hour or a 30-minute candle closure below this level. Okay, so the Bitcoin, obviously, like I said, trading back in the range, so we can expect price to come down further. But you have to keep in mind that we did make a new high, so there could be more upside. So this trade is only based on if we get a candle closure. So I won't even think about the setup until we close below this level. So that's important to understand that. Yeah, like I said, let's go over Filecoin. If you guys have any other coins, just put them in the chat, and then I will be going over them. If we go over Filecoin, I know it's been ripping to the upside. Let me just grab it. I'm not too sure where it is, so let's just search for it. Okay. Yeah, actually, I haven't looked at Filecoin much, but let's have a look here. So this was something I was looking at. Okay. Yeah. So if we have a look at the 4 hour and the 1 hour chart, we obviously have a level, yeah, that is getting respected right now. So if this level manages to manages to break this level, well, then there is this fair value gap over here that will probably get tapped into. Okay. So basically, once you start losing this level at around about 4.532, then we can expect price to come back down to as low as the support as well, slash resistance over here. So this whole green range there is imbalance here, which means that price will most probably fill this within today. So I would expect price to trade below here once we get a closure. Okay, so when we start closing below 4.532, this would be a good indication to take a short. But the thing is, right now, it is currently at support, so we will probably see a bounce until we actually break it. So it's important to actually wait for this candle to close below here, but close below 4.532, and then take a short. Okay. So yeah, rather wait for that. Don't take a short now. Rather wait for that 1 hour candle closure, and then you should be good to take a short. But I do want to quickly go over Ethereum. So I've been trying out this strategy for a couple of days now, and I think it will come in use to a lot of people because it's very easy to use, and your risk to reward is always going to be the same, or most probably the same in terms of how you actually put your stop loss and take profit. So let's go over the trades that I have been taking over here for Ethereum. Okay, so these were the trades. From here, it is more of a scalp. So what I mean by that is it's going to be a short-term time frame trading setup. Okay, so let's have a look here. First of all, it is on the 15-minute chart. Okay. Also check Bluebird coin, please. Yeah, sure. I will go over that. Let me just explain this, and then I'll take you guys through that. So basically, what you want to be looking at is, first of all, are we in an uptrend or a downtrend? Second of all, you want to wait for a break of structure, because if we're in an uptrend, right, and then we start breaking structure to the downside, then you need to start shifting your mindset to looking for a potential retracement, and then taking a short on that retracement, if you know what I mean. So, for example, this setup over here, we had this level here, so I'll make sure to keep this. So if we have a look at this, right, we have this high over here, okay, we had this other high over here, and then we had an equal high here, and you could look at that as a lower high, right? So this was a lower high than this. So now you start asking yourself, the market is starting to change direction, and we need to wait for a break of structure to take some shorts. Okay, so where is our break of structure? Well, this was our low over here, right? This area over here is our low in the market. Once we broke this low, the market came and retested the support, right? So this was resistance, and retested as support. Okay, so at the moment, what you need to look at, sorry about that. You need to wait for this to get taken out. Okay, so once you start taking out this low over here, your mindset needs to change. Okay, so I'll put that line in a better color just so you can see it a bit more clearly. So this was our low that got taken out, right? Okay, and once you take out that low, you need to start asking yourself, okay, the market is starting to shift to the downside, and we should look at shorts on the retracement. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to grab your Fibonacci tool, right? And you want to take it from the swing high, okay, to the swing low. Okay, and we know that within this area over here, from this 0.62618 area, it's a possible rejection area. Okay, so if you have used the Fibonacci tool before, you would know this, and we do know about the golden zone. So between the 0.62 and the 0.5, which is over here, okay, so in this green box, this is where you want to be taking a short. Okay, because if I put on, I did take out the 0.5, but let's put it back on, the 0.5, that's in green. Okay, you can see that within this zone over here, this is where you want to be shorting the market, right? So first of all, you need to make sure, did we get that break of structure? Yes, we did. So we broke the low. We made a new lower high. So the market should be coming down, right? Essentially, it is consolidating, but it should be coming down. And you're waiting for price to tap into this green zone over here. So we tapped into that zone, you take a short, right? Where do you take a short to? You take it to the support, okay? Then what you can do is you can wait for price to come back up to that zone again, take another short. Wait for it to come back up to that again and take another short. So within this consolidation range, you would have had 3 shorts all in profit and all taking profit at the same place, okay? So this strategy is very simple because you don't need to wait for these indicators to flip bullish, or you don't need to wait for the MACD to cross. All you need to do is just wait for the market structure to change direction, and then look for shorts or longs on the retracements, okay? So there's another example here where I took a setup yesterday. In the Telegram group, I did tell people that I was taking a short at 1963, okay? Reason being, right? So what happened here? Market was moving up, right? So we're in this uptrend on the 15 minutes, okay? So we had this high, this low, this high, low, higher high, higher high, and then what actually happened? We had a lower high, a lower low over there, okay? So what do you have to wait for? You wait for the break of structure, right? We broke structure over here. This was our low. Then what actually happened? We created a new low, right? So what you do is now, okay, now we need to start flipping bearish. We were bullish, but now we start flipping bearish, okay? So you take your Fibonacci tool from your high to your low, okay? And where do you want to be shorting? You want to be shorting between this area here, the 0.618 and the 0.5. Anywhere in this green zone over here, let me actually make it a different color because there's a lot of green. Anywhere in this yellow zone, you want to be taking a short, okay? So you can short over here, you can short over here. So within this setup, you would have had 2 profitable trades within, a couple hours, right? So can you see how this strategy is very simple? You don't need a lot of knowledge to actually do the strategy. All you need is a 15-minute candle, and obviously you need to identify if it's in an uptrend or not because of sorry about that. Yeah, because of you are trading on the retracement, right? So essentially you need to wait for price to break structure to the downside, okay? So you need to wait for this break of structure over here. So this area here was the low. You need to wait for price to break that low, and then you look for sells on the retracement, right? Same thing goes now with this setup. I actually took this trade today. Obviously, I took profit early, but the thing is, that's okay. You're making the most of these trades, and you're trading these ranges, right? You don't need to hold for a long period of time. But what you can do is you can actually leave some of your position in. So let's go over this setup that I actually traded today. So what you need to first look at on the 15-minute chart, we have our highs over here. So this is our buy side liquidity. Basically what that means is if we take out that buy side liquidity, we will be flipping bullish. Okay, so this is the indication that we need to respect this level, right, in order for these trades to actually take place. So we have this high, okay, and then where's our low? Okay, where's our low? This was our low in the market, and what actually happened is we actually broke that low, right? Where did we break that low? Well, we broke it over here, okay? So we broke this low over here. So now that we have this new low, what you need to do is you need to grab your Fibonacci tool from the low, from the high to the low, and look at that, right? Straight into the golden zone. So you want to be taking a short every time in the zone, okay? Take a short over here. And what's nice about this, right? Your stop loss is very, very tight, right? you can have a 0.09% stop loss, and your take profit would be at the support over here. Essentially, it looks like we are coming down lower, but what you can do is you can take 50% off here, then you can actually just put your stop loss to break even, and then let it run for this 1910 level potentially. Okay. So yeah, do you guys have any questions regarding the strategy? The nice thing about the strategy, it's very, very simple to understand, and you don't need a lot of trading experience. It's just very, very simple, and you only need the 15-minute chart, which is quite nice. But you do need to understand, are we in an uptrend or are we in a downtrend, and have we broken supports? Have we broken the previous support, which means you're breaking structure, or have we broken the previous resistance, which means you're breaking structure to the upside and to the downside? Okay, so very, very simple strategy. You can use it for every single coin. I will go over a few examples. Okay, so someone said, can you check out Bluebird coin? Bluebird coin, I don't think I've ever heard of that. What is the ticker for that? Bluebird, I think, Bluebird USDT. Okay, let's have a look. I'm not too sure about this coin. I haven't really heard about it, but let's have a look. Okay, so you want to take a look at the daily first. Okay, so the daily chart, obviously still in a downtrend. Bluebird is still in a downtrend, and it is still respecting these highs, right? So this was our previous resistance, and was our previous support, right? So if you bring this back, right, until the 19th of December 2022, resistance flipped into support, support, resistance, resistance. So looking at this on the daily time frame, there's only one way that I see this going, and that's to the downside, right? But if you take the Fibonacci from over here to here, look at that, the golden zone. So it is signaling a short at the moment on the daily time frame. But let's have a look at the smaller time frames, because you never know. But if the daily time frame is looking bearish, you would probably find that most of the lower time frames are looking bearish as well. Okay. So looking at Bluebird, yeah, it could not break this high over here. So what does that mean? Couldn't break this high, which means that it's forming a lower high. This low wasn't broken. So essentially this is just a range at the moment. Okay, so in order for me to look at this and be bullish, we have to see a break of this high over here. Okay, but obviously now it's you can't really flip that way. But let's have a look here. Yeah, so if you want to be taking a short, I would probably look at a short like this from the current position back down to this golden zone over here, and your stop loss would have to be above this previous high. Yeah, so risk to reward 1:3 looks good. Okay, now I just want to go over a few potential setups that I'm looking at right now. So let's go back to Bitcoin, and let's have a look at some other coins. Here we go. So looking at Bitcoin with no drawings or anything, you can see that it is coming down on the 4-hour and the 1-hour chart. So like I said earlier, let me grab that. There we go. Yeah. So like I said earlier, we need to see a break of this level over here. Okay. Once we break this level, you can see that this is our support at 3,700. You can look at taking shorts back down to this zone over here. Okay. So currently, I am bearish at the moment in terms of like the short term. But I mean, if you look at the weekly and the daily time, like the weekly and the monthly, it is bullish. But like when you're scalping, you kind of have to filter out all of that and just look at what's given in front of you on the smaller / higher time frames, but not too high, you know. So yeah, I'll be looking at a potential short here for Bitcoin once we break this low. Yeah, back down to this level here. It's around about a 1% move, but you need to wait for this 1 hour candle to close bearish. Okay, so it's important to wait for this candle to close bearish, because essentially this is a support zone, so we can bounce from this area. Okay, so very important to wait for the 1 hour closure. So that's Bitcoin, waiting for that to happen. You know, there is 8 minutes left until the 1 hour closure. So essentially we do need to wait for that. So I'll wait for that and then we can revert back to that setup in just a second. Okay, Matic. So this was my prediction for Matic. Essentially, I was expecting the price to come back up to the 0.76 level, but we didn't actually get that. Okay, so let's just delete this. This was my crossing. Yep. So at the moment, Matic is coming down on the 4 hour. I mean, if we bring this, okay. Yeah. So Matic, you know, it looks like we will have a nice setup within the next couple of days here to go long again. Back up to this zone. Okay. So this is what I'll be looking at for Matic. Around about a 6% move, 7% move. But if we have a look at the smaller time frame, so this is more on the higher time frame, wait for price to come back into this zone and take a long. But if we have a look at the lower time frame, it does look like we are getting a nice little move to the downside here. So yeah. So did we break structure? Okay. Yeah. So what I'll be looking at right now is this, right? So this whole strategy that I went through earlier is based on breaking structure and changing direction, right? So when we break this level now, okay, let's just say we break this level on the 15 minutes here. Yeah. So if we break this level on the 15, then what I would do is, right? So let's just say we break it. What I'll do is I'll take my fib, okay, and I'll put it over here because I would essentially think that this would be the next level to look at, right? Because this was our support. So it's important to know that this was our support. And this is where I'm drawing my fib without knowing where the price is, because this is where I'm thinking price will go, okay? And which is nice is this golden pocket, this 0.62, the 0.5 area is in line with the resistance, okay? So you can see how that works out. So if you miss this short trade back down to this level here, let's just say you missed this, okay? You missed this trade. Then what I would do is I would wait for price to do this. Okay, so you missed this setup going down. Well, then the golden pocket is saying that price is probably going to come back up here before we come back down to here. Okay, so looking at this setup now, I wouldn't take a short right now. I would only take a short when we close below this level here on the 30-minute or the 1 hour time frame, because what's important to note right now is just looking at price action, right? Look at this, right? Rejection, 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 rejection. Okay, so we do need to wait for price to actually close below this level before we take shorts back down. So that's important to understand that. So let's see what happens. But yeah, at the moment, not sure. Just go back to Bitcoin. Yeah, I want to see if this 1 hour candle closes below. If it starts closing below, then we're going to take the setup in the live. So just make sure you stay tuned for this, because you could have a position in 5 minutes here. Okay, so let's see how this plays out. We're going to wait for this to happen. Like I said, I'm not going to take a short now because we're at support, right? So we need that support to get broken, and then we can take shorts back down to these lows. So yeah, at the moment, just be patient here. I would expect people to long the market at the moment, to be honest. And that's probably what we're going to see. Yeah, we on the 5 minutes. This is our level, okay? So we need to break that level in order for price to actually start coming down further to around about 30,364. Okay, but this 30,700 zone is a zone that we tapped into once. We're tapping into it again now, and we've tapped into it actually over here. So 3 times within the last day. So what actually happens is once you tap into a zone multiple times, it gets weaker, right? So, and then that's when you're going to see a massive drop, and it will be very quick. So, yeah, we want to take advantage of that. So we need to wait for it. So that's what I'm saying. If you're shorting now, it wouldn't be a good idea because we need to wait for that support to actually get broken and to make the most of that. So yeah, let's wait for this to occur. So what's also nice about this strategy that I explained on the Ethereum setup is if you miss the setup, it's okay because you're going to be trading the retracement, right? So basically, we have this coming down, okay? Let's just say the new low is found over here, okay? Then what you want to be doing is you want to be grabbing your fib from this level to this level, okay? So you have to just picture this in your mind, right? And picture it and ask yourself, if this is our new low in the market and we start seeing price come up, then you must draw your fib from the high to the low, and then you want to be shorting in this zone over here, okay? So if you miss price coming down, it's okay because you got your breakup structure and you got your new low formed. So let's see how this plays out. It's going to be quite interesting. I would expect a bounce before we see price come up. I mean, come down. But there was that other setup that we're looking at. I think it was it on Matic? I think it was. Yeah, Matic. Yeah, still waiting for this as well for Matic. Still waiting for that. So it's just Bitcoin and Matic at the moment. So let's see. I mean, this is our 1 hour candle closure. It's our 30-minute closure. It's our 15, our 5, and our 1. Let's see. It's not our 4-hour closure just yet. It's definitely going to be our 2-hour closure though. And it is closing bearish. So it looks like we might be able to take some positions here. So let's be patient. Let's be patient here. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, put them in the chat. And then also if you have a chart you want me to go over, I don't mind going over that. But I'm just going to see how this 1 hour candle closes. And if it closes respecting support, well then, I probably won't stay on much longer. But if it closes below the support, then we're looking at some potential positions here. So we do need to see a closure below this. Let's actually refine this. Need to see this. Yeah, like I would have to wait for this 639. Okay, but what's important to note right now is, yeah, we're probably going to see some consolidation at this area. So we didn't close below this level, okay? But what we did get was this, our breakup structure, right? Which is what we wanted. So Now, what you need to wait for is a new low to be formed. Okay, so you need to wait for a new low to be formed, and then you need to just bring your fib. Sorry, you need to bring your fib from your high to your new low, and then you can take a short. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it now, because I don't see, obviously the price is coming down, but we didn't get that 1 hour candle closure below the support that we were waiting for. Okay, so we do need to see some type of closure below this yellow line. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and also make sure you go back to where can you short foul because close below. Let's have a look. Did it close below? I don't think it did. No, it closed respecting. It did close respecting here. So it did not close below. But what you can do is, right? Yeah, it didn't close below. But what you can do is you need to wait for price to flip bearish. So what's going to happen now is we're probably going to get a top wick, okay? So we're going to get a top wick. And if it starts flipping bearish, then take a short. Maybe take a short on this wick over here at 501. So what you can do is you can take a trigger order at this level, because what's going to happen is this is the support. It's a very, very strong support. We're going to see a bounce, okay? But once it starts flipping bearish, then you can take a short, because you want to go in the momentum of the market, right? You don't want to be taking a short now when it's retracing up. You want to be taking a short when the retracement's finished and it starts coming down. Okay, so if that's clear, yeah, I do have to kick it now, but I do appreciate you guys for staying this long. And if you guys do have any questions, you obviously know that you can catch me on Telegram. The description, it is in the description, all my socials, and if you do need any help with looking at potential trade setups, just let me know. And I do appreciate everyone being here for this long. See you guys tomorrow. We'll have another live stream tomorrow. So if you enjoyed today, make sure you come back tomorrow.